with Cloud9, Na'Vi, Liquid twice. They've all beaten the Brazilians. And if they want to bounce back, it's going to be, well, up against none other than fnatic. So let's get this one underway. Straight in for a B rush.
I'm down. Let's see what happens for Giacchino. First test, and he's passed it with flying colors. Multiple targets, messy shots, but 2 found. Same for Denoco. 3v3. The bomb's not down just yet. Crims, JW, and Golden gather their resources as they've pushed through long. They went for the early stack, and therefore a bit of a late arrival to the tunnels area, and clean from SHZ. He might even get a second here. Oh, it's so pristine with the P250. And only Crims. This practically is just a question of, how quick can SHZ kill 3 with his glass cannon P250, and MIBR start with a bang.
I like it. It was a fast start, right? The simple B rush. We're keeping it simple here this morning. Dust2, nothing more simple than that. And the double scouts are going to come out in response. Here's the openings. Mr. Danoko onto the...
You glow, Danoko.
There's so much there. For those people who don't get the reference of Glenn Coco in the Mean Girls movie back in 2000
There's a lot of like kind of millennial 30-year-olds.
If you're watching out there and you're old, or you like Mean Girls, we'll make that reference for you a couple times. And here's our predictions. You can see, look at this, 2 Trace and Rush for MIBR, but the game is live. So,
it is, yeah. Like if we could get back into it, looks like we are going to be seeing at least an exchange of frags to start us off. I'm not going to let this affect me.
No, not at all. So it's a 4v4, as everybody can see at home, and Golden's going to take down SHZ with a lovely headshot. But Cello, he's fixing this up, Alex, and it looks like MIBR might be able to keep their head above water.
Yeah, let's have a little look, as that smoke does look like Cello's way out. There is a gap. JW's not so aware, though. He's not so convinced, and so he will have to address Boltz's crawl all the way up short. Needed that. JW's in a lot of trouble here. Looks like MIBR have this one locked down. It's only up to Crims. He's got the Deagle upgrade from the previous. Looking for his first frag of Dust2.
That nade could be nice, couldn't it, onto Cello? But
yeah, a bit late.
He's over towards long as well, so that's just going to do damage onto Yell, down to 50 HP, and anything for Crims here would be great. A kill or 2. Try and justify the force buy.
Ooh,
that's
one more. Not to be. So, 2-0. Very well handled by MIBR. They preserve both of their heaviest investments as well in the AK-47.
Here's a fun fact with this pick coming in on the side of MIBR, I believe. As mentioned before, we knew that the picks was a little bit of a mess, so we'll wait to get that one updated. But regardless, fnatic with Giacchino are yet to play Dust2. So we're going to be getting a first look here. They've only played a handful of maps since his introduction to the team. It's going to be a total of 13. This is the 14th. Flusher obviously leaving them. And again, watch, it's going to be the USPs pushing through middle here. The full eco, make this one quick. Up mid you go. Yell grabs one, bolts onto another. The trade from Giacchino's, but, well, Cello is here to mop things up again. In the back, finds the frags, and it just leaves poor old Golden.
SH said, don't be greedy. Let the Mac 10
No, be
get
greedy. It's a USP. These are the favorite kills, Alex. You gotta spread the love.
I'm just saying, I saw a Mac 10 around there somewhere. I want the extra 300 bucks. Penny pincher. But it is 3-0, and fnatic will be pulling out the big guns. Time to see how their CT side shapes up. Crims still on that B defense?
So we just saw Giacchino there on pistol round, right? So I'm curious to see what has changed, because as mentioned...
With the org purchase as well, I'm starting to believe you.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen this roster on Dust2 since Flusher left, right? So with that in mind, we know that JW is still doing primary AWPer. You can see that here, he's picked it up. But Giacchino, apparently he was a primary AWPer. So if he picks up a secondary, Dust2 is the best place to do so.
Ooh, a 4-man long lean.
Hedging early, right? They want to see if they can slow down this type of pace that MIBR is showing. And if you lock down a long rush with that 4-man lean, it's great. But if they went straight for a mid to B or a B hit, well, fnatic would be in a lot of trouble. Luckily, it's just this default spread, and they're taking back some cat territory now with 3 players. So this is going to be interesting. Could be a mid-round pounce, knowing they're a little bit lower on utility here. fnatic have to stay as a unit, have to find these multi-frags.
Golden's going to be flashed in. Oh, but there's so many ready for that 3. And they look to turn the corner on their flash as well. This is going to be a big fight. Look at the nade damage. You need some precision here on the bullets. Looking good for MIBR. They went out on the trades. And as I say that, Crims steals 2 away. This could be a 3rd as well. He's looking pristine. 3.
1v1.
Down SHZ. Up against J-Dubs.
Well, that smoke's good. It's baited JW into it. JW might get caught pants down here.
He has no idea. SHZ's actually opting back to loop around through mid, and JW is going to be holding it. Bond deep on short. JW anticipating
Hooked
this.
him.
And in just 3 seconds,
oh no!
Counter-Strike, you bastard! The timing gods have just booked him. JW comes back around just in time. Oh. My God, it's silly, isn't it?
I thought definitely with that drop smoke on cross, right? SHZ's assuming, yeah, JW is going to be staring at that, right? That's where the focus is going to be. He immediately expected him to fall back with no information, playing in limbo, gets lucky with the timing. But look at this. The floodgates opened on short after those multiple kills, Golden going down. They run into Crims. That was for all from the 4-man A lean. They were able to facilitate and bait MIBR in. You know, you've killed one, you've killed two. A should be clear at that point. Well, Crims is there to slow them down. fnatic, they'll get back in with a buy. Looks like it could be a B rush again.
Okay, I'm intrigued to see if Bolts is going to fully commit through the smoke. It looks like he is. Alongside for the ride is the entirety of MIBR. 4 of them already flooding into the site. Make it 3 as one frag comes in. A second from Jakino. We do have the site now. This is MIBR's for the taking, and it's a fnatic's for the retaking.
Good flash.
Oh, and off the flash, Golden Profits looks for a second. Cello couldn't find it.
1 HP.
Just the single point of health for Denoco.
Oh.
He's fine. Oh. Yes, he gets 1. Surely, with 1 point of health, you don't close this one out. A 1v2 with 1 HP.
He's backing out. He's got time for this.
Yeah, if Crims doesn't check it, which he hasn't.
The door is so open right now.
Oh my goodness. So what, can I have a quick Crims POV? Okay, so he hasn't actually pushed into the site. He has no info. You've got the bomb here, Denoco. Is he going to sit and stare for 40 seconds, hope Crims second guesses it in the silence?
There's so much he can do here.
So many. I mean, look at his util. He could be throwing a smoke just miles away. Through the new skyboxes. Throw it short, get Crims weird. Oh my lord, he's just sticking around. This is going to end poorly for Denoco. If he just goes for the fake.
Has to be a safe plant though. If he plants open, Crims can just walk on through.
Unless he out window. I mean, that would be
nightmare fuel.
Wow, well played, Crims. I mean, just to have the presence of mind to just hit pause, you know?
The thing here with this round is Denoco's already done the hard part. He crossed back to upper tunnels, right? He's already done the difficult part of the round. He was just sticking to his guns, hoping Crims would rotate around, maybe make a mistake, potentially push. Cool as a cucumber. That's the man you want to see sitting there. A simple frag, right? A simple kill, 1v1, 1 HP, as easy as you like. And it's an important round for fnatic to win because that's 2 gun rounds now on a trot, but both through the fashion of a 1v1. Oof.
What are they up to? fnatic just wants to fight mid. Not letting any of this funny business unravel their 3rd round conversion. 3 people charging up mid. It is quite the way to just stop any funny business on Denoco's AK. He's chosen to invest again, and that's lost. Crims makes sure of that. The rest should be short work. Bolts' Deagle's gone, and that is going to put a bit of a spanner into Denoco's buy here into the 6th.
Yeah, and I understand why they did it. You'll see teams like Na'Vi doing those more hero buys, getting AKs across to the big guns, G2, you know, drop one for Hunter or Nico, and those individuals can go around and find some opening kills. But in this situation right here, and especially with MIBR's missed money management yesterday against Liquid in the later stages, I'm starting to worry here. Now, I can justify this. I can say, yeah, they bought up with a light investment to keep fnatic's economy honest, right? You want to get as many kills as you can because you know it's been the 1v1s, but they got blown out by that aggression, and now, well, fnatic are fully bought up.
Yeah, and they're going for the fast B again. Brolin's response is going to be very interesting because he does actually win the 1v1. Traded by Yell, none across. Jakino's responsibility, the smoke will obscure his view. No information for fnatic here, and Denoco's even planning a cheeky little Mac 10 CT drop potentially here. Golden's cognizant of it. Where's the bomb? It's in the site. They haven't opted for the plant. A re-smoke doors and Cello punching in the digits.
Look at the utility for the retake right now. If they deal with Denoco, they can actually set this up with their utility. He's a thorn in the side at this moment. They have to consider him, and the bomb's already started ticking on down, so fnatic need to make a decision.
Time-sensitive mission here. Looking through the gap. It's a beautiful angle, but Yell's just crouched underneath it. Here comes the util. There's plenty more flashes and Molotovs where that came from. I like it. Looks like good util might force Yell out into the duel. And duel he will. Takes 1. Cello with another. Looking good for MIBR, and just the 2 of them. It's inverting the 4th. MIBR winning that after plant.
That B bomb side is under some crazy scrutiny early. They've peppered that time and time again. Pistol rounds. They've been going in there on the gun rounds.
It's such a luxury on your T side on Dust2 as well. If you can condition early that B can work, suddenly your CT defenses on A, when they do start walking over that side of the map, is going to be strained.
Yeah, and another few things. If you're drawing both players to have to play in that B bomb
or throw early util.
Exactly. So mid now becomes an avenue that could be punished from MIBR. Fast cap plays, especially if Yo gets going with the AWP. They're not going to want to be re-peeking him too much. So in the early stages here, it's looking good for MIBR. Obviously, it's volatile play in terms of hitting that same bomb site and hoping to explode on in. But they're winning. It's 4-3, and fnatic are down to pistols.
JW's going to try and peek on this flash and have a hero moment. Can't blame him when it doesn't quite translate. Only an unarmored Deagle, and MIBR just looking to make sure this is as clean as possible. Lovely smoke towards CT there. One for the cross, a second as well. And they'll use Dinoco as this rather lethal scout.
It's interesting they picked him up, right? This round here shouldn't have too much interesting stuff going on, right? He's in the shoes of Phelps, because Phelps went over to Godsent with Taco, obviously the newer Brazilian boys, Lato, Zumao's in the mix as well, obviously Barton. But the reason I say it's weird is because he's an older player. It's not that, like, we haven't heard of him before,
sure.
But he's an older boy. He's 25. So I guess Godsent were the ones who quickly soaked up all that talent, but he's fitting into the team as a role player. And that's what I wanted to highlight. With those MAC 10s that he's had, he's obviously doing the job for the team that needs to be done. Whereas Phelps before was a star player. This opens the door a bit more for the other names, Bolts, Cello, etc., to step up. It's going to be interesting to see how MIBR are able to find themselves in European Counter-Strike. Hasn't gone fantastically so early, but this game, this would be a statement.
Is he going through that? That would be very brazen. He is. And they've got a reflash for that info. The smoke obscures them, though. Giacchino has nothing. He looks for the go. Tucked in. No, Dinoco evades every flash. It's a question of how long he sticks around. Will they push for the information, or will they just simply accept it? Golden forced in to be the responsible for middle.
Not much utility left for Fnatic, so they're either going to have to just hope that they can hit these shots or go for an aggressive maneuver.
Look at these smokes. It's the close CT position and everything. Golden has the one option, and Dinoco avoids it as well. He turns all the flashes, doesn't avoid the bullets, though. And so first blood drawn in round 9. Fnatic have found it. CT remains defended by Golden, and another added to the tally. JW tested from the catwalk. Doesn't have to worry about long. Has a teammate positioned there and can play retake from this. This is their territory as well.
MIBR can't turtle up. They have to fight a little bit here. If they just get stuck in catwalk, it's a nightmare scenario versus a retake.
Looking for info short. Nobody's home. It's a CT and long retake. Util check. I don't see a kit, Chad.
Couple of nades and the smoke in play. They need to get a move on right now.
This is getting really more and more favorable with every passing second for MIBR. The 3v5 need a clean first. Not going to find the second so far. Giacchino on his way into the side.
Get on
they need to be on the bomb soon. The smoke's down, but Yell hits the necessary shot. Crims is on it, holding it. They just need to suppress anything to knock him off the bomb. One more bullet will do it, and Bolts secures the sig.
That got way too close right there, and Fnatic, did they not realize there was no kid in play? Obviously being very methodical and slow about those scenarios, it tends to pay off. You catch them off guard, but it was a 5-on-3. It was obvious you were never saving. They should have thrown 1 or 2 bodies on the line there to at least buy them some space. Here's the opening from Golden, tucked into the side of the mid to B smoke, getting the one-way, and Bolt saving the day. That would have been an interesting one for MIBR to lose.
It's almost like Golden showing up in the kill feed was enough for the guys to know that there was not going to be much on short.
Yeah, he's the rotator, right? As that swing player, if he's in CT spawn fighting in the mid to B, you know that there's probably one player dedicated long and one player, especially like JW, floating around that car position.
Oh my God, he's gone for some ambitious maneuvers. From short to peak, the top stairs now dropped off. Xbox Bolts.
JW here.
Potentially about to walk into his wrath. This is cheeky maneuvers from J-Dubs. Does he have the patience to find it? Doesn't look like Bolts is going to give it to him just yet. A casualty might sway the move, and oh, he misses his shot. Awkward now. They've only got pistols outside of that investment, and he went for the hero play. He just looks like a bit of a plum. AWP now on Xbox. Golden, the unarmored P250, will upgrade to a Deagle, albeit with a sound cue. He's got people on A to deal with as well.
Oh, yeah. That's not a spot you want to be in right there. I just want to talk through for people who might be curious on what JW's decision-making was. There's sometimes, if players don't want to take too much of a challenge mid, you just be watching the lower dark line, right? To make sure nobody pushes mid doors, gets a bit cheeky on an eco, and takes lower dark territory for free. So by JW coming cat, spotting up, seeing that there was nobody playing that wider line, be able to drop down, he knows that's likely when they come out there, they're not going to expect
tons, it's long.
Yeah, still didn't go in his favor right there, but I can understand why he's gone for such an audacious play, because if he gets spotted top mid while he's doing that, he's dead meat regardless.
Yeah, and if you wait too long and your P250s die first, you sit there saving the AWP you just saved.
Yeah.
You don't get to try and make an impact.
You'll hear me say from time to time, especially with those saved guns, allow them to work. That's what JW was trying to do. He just was hyper-aggressive about it, and it didn't pay off. And this is the thing with JW. He's such a volatile player. He's one of these hyper-aggressive pieces on the chessboard that if he finds the opening, the rest can follow and they can find the space and they can take the room. But if he dies, that's where it puts a lot more pressure on the Crimsons and Brolins on the team, the 2 stars, the 2 rocks, who have to multi-kill in their any given positions on the CT side. So we got the guns back out. The scoreline is 7-3.
Ults out fast. Very fast to blue bin. Doesn't
Faking this though.
He wanted that sound cue. He wanted them to have no idea how many. Because they're walking into B, and Brolin has the perfect timing on Denoco ahead of the smoke. They'll be piecing this puzzle together, and if Bolt didn't win that duel, it got awkward. It may not get awkward just yet. If he plays this right, he's been caught eventually. And now long lost. They are up mid.
Good info again though, right? So they know that there were 2 players long. They've been able to take one of them out of the equation. There is a weakness. Teams tend to turtle up, go for a 2-2, and that's exactly what Fnatic are doing right now.
So technically, if you were to group up, you do have that numbers advantage.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult though with Yell coming out mid, Bomb on his back. If he gets spotted, rotations might come through.
Yeah, like this crossfire with JW staring at the mid cross and Jakino's AUG ready to press to the scope. Look at, yeah, exactly. This is going to hurt. You really do not have much margin for error. Yell would have to hit a perfect shot, and that's the problem.
Good trade.
Eventually traded, but Brolin's there to pick up the final piece.
Yeah, you can just see how static they were in that situation, locking it down, just waiting for MIBR. If MIBR had another part of the map under their remit and were throwing maybe some stuff from short, they might draw Jakino to come pick middle, but there they weren't under any scrutiny, so they could just kind of park their feet, hit their shots, and salvage the round. So 7-4 is the score right now.
Worth noting that it seems like Fnatic are, at this moment in time, coincidence or not, looking for 2 AUGs on Brolin and Jakino, the 2 young guns. We know Brolin has an affinity for the scoped weapons in the past. His Krieg was one of the very best in the game. The young Swedes in general, I think Klopsky was up there on my list as well.
He was loving it too, for sure. I've just got the veto here, so we'll get this out of the way for everybody if you were joining us at the start of the show. Had a couple of little dramas, but nothing we can't fix. So the bans went, MIBR removed Inferno, which is a home map for Fnatic, right? They removed that one. Fnatic got rid of Vertigo. That's a map that we just saw MIBR play against Liquid just the other day, yesterday. And it was a 16-12 scoreline, so maybe feeling a little bit of threat there, taking a comfort map away. MIBR peeking into Dust2. You heard us mention that Fnatic are yet to play this with Jaquinho. And Overpass, I guess that's the second rung map for Fnatic. They've jumped in there with map number 2, and we have Train as the third and deciding if we need it. So let's get back underway. Guns are out. Bit of a mission for Crims there. He's only down to an MP9, playing close doors with it. So it's a bit more of a gamble this time round for Fnatic. Might be expecting something a little bit more mid-heavy.
Jakino to bait Crims' MP9.
Very standard stuff here, just a default spread. Crossing your T's, dotting your I's, getting cat control now is MIBR. Minute 10 left on the clock. Flash over mid, surely Crims isn't pushing on this. Yeah, get out of there as the flames come on through. Would have been locked towards the doors. MIBR continue to pressure. Nothing towards long. They're in a pack right now, all around Xbox and short. It's actually drawing Fnatic to take a look. Look at this, 3 players now peering towards the mid doors.
Yeah, and Bolts is there to be responsible for both the long push and the mid push for info. You can see that a lot of CIS teams on there. Dust2 get away with this. If you put the right player there, you can do a lot with the 4. Long for the retake. Look at the paranoia. You still haven't seen Bolts. Long is a threat. They're up A. Jakino can do nothing but hear them. SHZ is parked in responsibility. This is great. I love the way MIBR have structured this T side. You can see why they picked it. And now this after plan, I mean, it's again that awkward CT retake of an A site. Even better now with bolstered numbers and great angles. 1 for 1, SHZ still fragging, body bagging, gets 2. Golden, no chance, he's fully flashed. Doesn't quite find the shots as SHZ stares at the floor, and that is clean from MIBR. You can't really find a flaw in that one.
Yeah, I tend to, when I watch teams take A on Dust2, they don't have great post-plant positions, or they don't have enough utility left. Well, MIBR had good post-plant positions then, right? They didn't have the utility to work with, but they had used all that just to get this control. And then it's about understanding and talking as a team who's going to play where and when you're going to help exchange with fights. Because if everybody fights and everybody dies, well...
Just watching how it was clearly... They've done that before. You know, Bolt stays where he is. He holds the long push and the mid-rotate. He can see them jumping up Xbox. And then SHZ parks as the smoke fades as the rest sweep into the site. It all made sense.
And looked very comfortable, right? And that might be a problem. Fnatic might need to start getting a bit aggro.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Golden not going to have his hero moment today.
Whiff.
There is one more unchecked, and Jakino's had a mare. Absolute mare. He's going to have to dust off his mouse pad and blame his peripherals for that one. It is 9-4, and MIBR are sailing towards double digits. That was just the eco, though. We will see a full investment in as Fnatic look to damage control their way towards a 9-6. But MIBR, I mean, it is just, it's a lot of, in fact, I'm going to call this a perfect microcosm of what everyone's been talking about in the general level of Counter-Strike improving. The fact that MIBR have rebuilt a brand and found these names, given them the jersey to wear, and they can compete at this level consistently is great news for the scene and great news for the Brazilian scene.
All right, well, here's the aggressive moves. They need to get some kills, right? Because if they just keep getting executed on, it's real trouble. So Crims is making a play.
Cello's almost ready for it. Just staring at the push. Hello.
Oh, the timing. He just quick switched.
And he ducked under the bullets. SHZ's going to get another double. The dude is so reliable. Catching Golden's long push and trading Cello's death. They have an advantage once more.
Yeah, now the problem is, what do you do if you're Fnatic? You already threw the aggression at them. You're unable to capitalize. JW staying close long doors, trying to lock that down. He's dropped as well. 2-on-4 situation. Nightmare fuel for Fnatic. Maybe there's a reason we haven't seen them play it yet with Jackinia. Yeah, this might be it. It's just old boy secondary AWPer. This is the first time I've seen him with the big green in hand. And it's gone a bit skewy. So 10-4. Could be a quick day here for MIBR. I think most people, we didn't get that prediction graphic up, but I think most people just on name value alone and the fact that there's only been one series win for MIBR in Europe, that's probably have most people leaning towards the Swedes. But this is very convincing stuff in the early stages right here. We get a little bit of a look there at old boy Brolin.
Okay, yep, the JW, nothing's working.
Here we go.
If in doubt, pull out your P90. 3 FAMAS, make it 4, and a dead J-Dubs.
Oh, old Danny Boy's been great on the entries, hasn't he?
You can see a slight smirk on Denoko's face when he realizes there was a P90 in his hands.
Oh, we've broken them, boys.
Yeah. Oh, guys, I think we might have won this one. Their mental is in the trash can.
Oh, dear.
Bang! Oh, if that was a collateral, I'd have put a bloody fork in it. Because it would be done. Yeah, okay, 11-4 on the half. MIBR reminding us of what they're capable of here on Dust2. First look at Fnatic's Dust2, and well, some questions to be answered in our second half.
Pieces of something, always you and me, trying to be weightless. And I know it feels like a light years in the making. Up, 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 1,000 miles of luck. Don't look down, we made it. Feet far off the pavement, and we go up, up, up. 1,000 miles of luck. Oh no, we stay understated. Pressure feels amazing. Just the dust, just the sand, just the motion of your hand. Travel like land, just your hype man. Just the one, just a believer. I don't care. I see you loading up my mind. Place me on the sidewalk. Fair enough, oh yeah. Always you and me, trying to be weightless. Like we're the two, surviving pieces of something. Always you and me, trying to be weightless, yeah. And I know it feels like light years in the making. Up, up, up. 1,000 miles of luck, yeah. Don't look down, we made it. Feet far off the pavement, but we go up, up, up. 1,000 miles of luck, oh no. We stay understated. Pressure feels amazing. Just the dust, just the sand, just the motion of your hand. Just the dust, just the sand, yeah, yeah. Travel like traveling. Just the dust, yeah, just the sand. Hey, just the dust, just the sand, just the dust.
Back into the action with our first map, second day, first game. We do have MIBR and fnatic taking it on in the play-in stage, looking to secure a spot in the main event. I tell you, someone that does have a spot in the main event is Chad Sponge Birchill. He's hanging out with me. The rugged good looks of a plumber turned gamer turned talker.
I'm putting the mustache on now to kind of be throwbacks to when I was a plumber and I couldn't grow one like this. So you're enjoying it.
I am envious of your caterpillar.
Lip fuzz. Now, Danoko, I said he's going to be more of a supportive element. He's been fantastic, been very good in opening duels, and let's see if he can crack open the pistol round on the CT side here for MIBR.
I really didn't like that first half of fnatic, Chad. It wasn't like it's making me kind of, I don't know what's the word, scream in excitement. It wasn't making me perhaps anticipate a third. This looked like a very flat Dust2, but absolute room for maneuvers. We know how good Golden can be on that T side, especially pulling these ragtag squad into very successful rounds and starting off with a good start. And that's bolts down mid. SHZ dealing with the short wrap. Yeah, Yell's in a good position to deal with it too. CT is smoked off. That's going to make Danoko's rotate a bit more difficult. And here is Giacchino.
Nice.
That's what we like to see. Sketchy finish. Fantastic start into the second. And Brolin's hitting good shots too. It's only Cello. Glock's not quite got enough in the clip to finish it, but it doesn't look like Cello's got much more in him. So 5 for fnatic. They'll take the opening pistol, and that was necessary in order to find a competitive second half here.
Very much so. I think when you take a look at the scores on the doors, JW had a bit of a rough half there as the primary AWPer, only 3 kills.
Nice.
On the CT side, if you're the primary AWPer, you're only getting 3 kills. Either you're not in the action, which to be fair, they were going B quite a lot, retaking not the easiest thing, or you're just having a rough time of it. And when we saw him having the AWP, he wasn't hitting too many bangers. So let's see if they can turn this around. It's going to be the 4-spy scenario coming out from MIBR. Tanako onto the scout. It's not going to be Yell. The rest of the MIBR players onto the Desert Eagle. Well, there you go. The scoped weapon seems to be working a little bit better for JW already. He's found a bit of a freebie right there. Now coming back, MIBR want to grab this, draw a few more eyes towards middle. Yell, you can see licking his lips, knowing he's got himself a bit of a scout on the ground here to grab. He can do some damage with this, so they're not out of the clear just yet, fnatic. They haven't taken too much territory, pushed out long. They're peppering around middle just now, still got eyes on upper dark. The bomb is outside upper dark, so let's keep our eyes on that as the clock starts to whittle. Yell's tagged, scout's been collected. Now smokes across the map here, forcing some rotations. Golden selling a little bit of a fake. He's going to grab that bomb and head over back towards long. So lots going into this round here from fnatic. It's not just as simple as, you know, let's go together and trade and hope we don't get stacked by the pistols.
Well,
so they're treating this like a gun round.
You described it as one of the harder rounds to convert.
Yeah.
And I'm certainly seeing more and more evidence as 2020 plays out into 2021, of course.
All right. Well,
The Eagle for SHZ would need to hit an absolute laser beam on his first jiggle here.
he needs a couple.
Oof, there it is. Give me another one. And I'm talking not quite. Golden does get himself an extra $600. And well, Bolt makes things awkward. Is that a rifle as well?
Khalil?
Yikes.
They might consider this. Saving is probably the percentage play, but if we consider how these rounds have been going, MIBR...
If Yell just swings out long and bops off an AK's head, this gets really awkward for fnatic.
Yeah, if they push and pressure JW, there's a chance.
Oh, very nice hold from JW. Just a slither gap. Noses a second as well, which practically secures the round now. I think that's enough information for fnatic to have the confidence to start to bolster their numbers in the right place and get away from that explosion.
I think you're right, and as I tap my lips there, I'm considering what MIBR are going to do next round. They have the Galil, they have the Scout, and they have 2 Deagles. So that's going to be 4 players with an upgraded weapon. Somebody can grab a P250 or just keep a USP if you're one of the unlucky few who won't be getting a gun. But it's 11-6, so the climb for Fnatic begins now. If they can convert this one, which is still going to be another difficult round, convert against that first gun round, then they're well and truly back in this game. But it's about getting through these teething rounds, right? You need to get the car going, you get that engine started, and Fnatic buying back in with a couple of AK-47s. JW looks like he's just going to hold on to a Deagle there. Mac 10 for Golden. Haven't even fully invested in utility, so Fnatic will still be able to get a buy even if they lose this round into the next. Aggressive smoke from Yell and fast play up cap from Golden. Or Brolin even.
They are postured around B, so it's going to be very intriguing to see how Brolin trying to sell this presence. Not only damage, but now B should be open. One more bullet from the USP, and Denoco does actually take one down on the entry. Spray's a bit messy from Giacchino, doesn't get to convert. Oh, an attack as well through the smoke. If Gel had just aimed an inch to the top, could have knocked off the head. It does still look like a safe Crims with 2 HP as he's just away from the radius.
Not even panicked about it, you know, didn't run away, just went, yeah, all right, I'll just keep picking. And it looks like MIBR want to go for exit kills here, right? They're scurrying back, they're going to hold on to what they have. Maybe don't let the Mac 10s farm any more cash, but also try and deny Fnatic as many rifles going into the next as you possibly can. So they're set up in a bit more of a defensive spread, some towards T-spawn, short, covering off towards A. They're definitely going for exits. This is great.
Get him, that's AK.
This is fantastic.
Oh, it's dreamy. Not ideal for Brolin. Yell is holding it with the scout up top. Bolts has got his Galil to lock him in, and in from behind comes SHZ. So close to fully wiping Fnatic. They do convert the round. They did keep it relatively restrained in their investment so as to not have to screw their money into the next, but still, fantastic damage inflicted by MIBR, keeping them honest.
It's like a tree, right, of decisions to make. Okay, we can't go for a retake on one of the hardest bomb sites to retake. What's the next best thing we can do? Take away as many guns as possible. Now, we all know Fnatic are going to have the cash. They've had a couple of rounds now on the trot, and they've got that AWP out. So they need to deny again here, MIBR, to start cracking into that bank. And they're going for a 4-man A-lane as well.
Okay, flashes are good, and Brolin actually converts off his own. Big start, first blood drawn on long. To back up is Bolts, and Nade looks very promising. He's down to 11 as he catches some flak. Should just be Bolts to finish this one off, actually smoking off the doors, so Brolin is entirely isolated, and that's... Oh! A great flash! Where did that come from? It wasn't Brolin. Gets him out of dodge. He will not go down despite the hunt.
Okay, well now the number advantage and Brolin no longer being trapped means a lot. He's been able to weasel away. MIBR having to rejig right now.
Look how isolated Denoco is, man. If they could just start that aggression, you've got the smoke for mid. You've got one smoke. I can't think of a better place to implement it. Smoked off short now. Giacchino.
Oh, look at the rotation.
Oh, and it's such a slither gap held by JW. That does pressure the rotates, and there's a second as well. Bolts, though, doing good damage. Through the flames, he tries to trade. Golden doesn't do the damage. He goes down. Now numbers do still favor Fnatic, but not necessarily in the health department. Giacchino's got info A. The bomb will be going down. JW responsible for that.
Brolin's still got long, so they have everything locked down, but it still feels very dangerous at the moment for Fnatic here. Just the low HP of JW and Brolin is a little bit worrisome.
Oh, I don't know if MIBR have got it in them.
They need at least one kill quickly. This flash could be it.
Crims fully flashed and executed. If Giacchino goes down, he is in transition. A nice frag over the edge of the smoke and clean from Giacchino. Good to see the new addition sharpened up. That will be the save from Yell.
He's come alive in the second half, right? Think about his impact on the pistol round. Brolin was finishing off the last two there with the Glocks. Now, a couple of bangers is an important round. This is the first gun round. I know it's felt like MIBR have been threatening for a few. That's just through some smart financial decisions. And you can see that Yell had a scout going into that round, right? So he saved that for multiple rounds. At this juncture, he still has 7K. He can drop an M4. I believe Bolts had enough money to buy as well. So MIBR almost get 2 gun rounds back-to-back just by these smarter financial decisions we saw. There's that entry. And here's the nails in the coffin to confirm the 8th round for Fnatic here from Giacchino.
Lovely stuff. Okay, seems like Fnatic have stabilized. Admittedly, we've seen some teams have such a tendency or a leniency towards the T side. 10, 11 rounds on T side's exchange. It's not completely unfamiliar to the Counter-Strike world.
I think Fnatic need to be aware that there could be an AWP on the board right now, just with what they saw Yell have in the previous. And this might be why they're going for the B pounce.
Oh, and that's a great opener again from Giacchino. Give him a second. He takes it by force.
18.
completely awoken here in our second half. It's exactly what Fnatic needed. They don't have JW present on the scoreboard at the moment. Jakino's the one leading the fray.
I think they might start the chase now if you're Fnatic. At least start clamping down a little bit. Don't give MIBR too much room to move. Leave them locked towards A and long. And we can see 2 players in backyard already starting to chase. That's going to be Crims and JW just clearing out. Back of the site, Jakino, he's the boy that gets tasked with, stay with the bomb. Someone make sure they don't ninja defuse.
Please.
And Golden's going to pressure from Cat here. So it's a difficult place to chase going through the long doors, such a narrow avenue. But if Golden can kill bolts, and they might be able to take a couple of jewels down long, still just peppering away. Bomb, not too much longer left now before that explodes. Are they going to commit for this? Couple of players long doors. Maybe when the bomb goes off, they're going to start their charge. Yell.
He's got it.
Oh, he's away as well. Saved.
Hey.
Okay, well, if they got that AWP out of the play, then that would have been absolutely huge. The round is great. They're up to 9 now. MIBR need to make a bit of a statement here. They might need to go for one of those riskier maneuvers themselves. Being dictated to with the decisions of Fnatic within these early stages, and they're able to capitalize quite quickly off of the openings. Moving into the next round, MIBR will be taking their second tactical timeout. And with the loss bonus, they'll be able to drop guns across once more. You can see Cello silenced M4. There's an M4 on the ground for SHZ. Utility's looking pretty decent. Danoka can buy in as well. Diffuse kits are there. The AWP is in play. This would be the perfect round for MIBR to strike. They're not going to get too many opportunities like this. Fnatic will be chasing a lot more aggressively in future rounds from here on out. Here's the scores on the doors. The 2 new boys for either squad, Jakino and Danoko, well, they're towards the top. 20 for the Brazilian, 18 for the Swede.
And so far, so good. I mean, look at the fact that all 4 of those 5 rounds so far accrued have involved a bomb plant. They've been getting into those sites and converting. This will be a more impressive feat once they go up against a fully bought up CT side. There is very little missing for MIBR into this one.
Yeah, they've been threatening on every single one of these CT rounds because of the force buys and the saved guns. So it hasn't been easy for Fnatic, even though maybe it's looked that way in a couple of moments.
Far from it.
They've got long for free here, and there's an aggressive play towards short. So if Roland's not careful when he goes lower dark, he might get taken out by Yell's AWP. But Fnatic have been gifted so much territory. Oh, here's the key. MIBR are holding on to all their nades right now. If this is a standard Na'Vi long take as JW gets the run boost, all these Molotovs and nades, as they cross long and try and plant, are going to be used to harass. So they're allowing Fnatic to go for this kind of a play with the contingency already in mind. They have a focus to
When does the harassment start then?
As soon as we see those smokes cross and they have an indication that they're in sight, this is when the nades will slowly be limped out, right? They're going to delay this for as long as possible.
Yeah, it's actually really smart that Incendiary will make the gap on the other smoke fade on their go. They'll have to throw out a second 2 smokes, actually, given how long they've been waiting.
Here comes the nades now. It's just going to be... Oh, okay.
Narco's giving them first blood. Flash in. Yell smokes himself off short so he can focus his attention on the cross. There is a gap. You'd think the AWP could punish. He tucks in. A flash high for his CT on site. It's SHZ. Needs a multiple. There's some great flashes, and it does enable them to draw even more blood. Double kill. Now the CTs are locked out of the site. Looks great from Fnatic.
Can't plant just yet. That Molly's got a couple seconds left, but it should be another save. This is so risky for MIBR. They still have the lead. You can't give away all these guns.
If anyone's foolish enough to put their head in that vice. Yell's staring right at it. Crims just holds his crouch key, trying to wallbang him. He knows there's going to be a lot of restraint from the Swedes here. And he's got nothing.
Yeah, I'm very curious why Danoka went for that kind of a play right there by picking out. I understand they didn't have info towards upper dark, but they had more mid presence to be able to help B quickly. And it felt with just the way that they were holding onto their nades that the game plan was, yeah, let them cross. Let's then stop them from planting and make that retake chaotic. But it didn't play out that way by any means. They limped their nades out independently of one another. They were smoking off behind themselves. They didn't realize what territory they actually had covered off. And unfortunately for them, well, they drop another round. Clean sheet.
I don't want to say fully flashed because we, of course, have that transparency filter. But definitely had his vision obscured as he found Danoko. So yeah, slumped in his chair, a little bit frustrated. SHZ going to be looking for more. 11 to 10. Close as can be. Fnatic have completely closed the gap. It seems that there are similar discrepancies on both squad CT sides.
Well, they got another buy go, and this max loss bonus with the saves, it feels like they're perpetually in the money, doesn't it?
Doesn't really feel as punishing as I've seen.
It's just because of the saves, right? And this is where now Fnatic can start punishing with the chases. Look at how much money they've built up.
Earth is that? It means Crims can disappear off into the smoke should they molly it, I suppose, but he's going to have to Free screen himself, he still gets the frag. Yell, sit down.
Into that. Okay.
There you go, bow, Crims. Brolin going to get a chance here. He does actually find the 1-for-1. Cello, an important trade there. He maintains control of B, but Giacchino wants to relinquish it once more. Up mid, tagged a little. That's Cello. He's having a big round here, and from behind, SHZ strikes. The smoke was not
huge
full.
gap.
Oh, and neither's that one. Bit awkward.
The bomb is in the worst position right now. That's 2 flub smokes on the mid to B. Crims and JW can still work this out though. Cello's stuck and he's very low. JW has the rotation. If Crims gets the kill onto Cello, then we're talking.
Oh, he's made a step. Cello knows it's coming and costs a lot. 80 damage, maybe even a bit more done to Crims. And JW ready for that short push. He has tucked in, but
he hit him.
Damage inflicted, and Crims would be required to find 2 frags with this 11 points of health. Bolt is cognizant of the 2 potentials. No one's fully in B, and nice angle. That'll be the first for MIBR.
Yeah, and then maybe helped out a little bit there by fnatic with the missed mid to B smokes, but you got to capitalize on those mistakes, and MIBR did. Now that they've opened the floodgates, let's see how they're able to convert in back-to-back. This is where things get a little bit more difficult. Sure, you get the round win.
Yeah, he did just have a really nice little gap. Just enough to put his bullets in the right place to support. Because if Cello lost that duel instantaneously and you had a full smoke, you're only going to get peppered and then you move. You spam your scroll wheel and you move. We're back in. Round 23. JW looking to do what Crims did, finding an opener on long, but he's not been given the opportunity. Instead, just has to pay the blood price, 40 damage, as he stood his ground in the Molotov.
Quick cat take though, so they're punishing the long lean right now from MIBR by taking space early. This is going to draw out a lot of nades, a lot of utility with this presence. And fnatic, well, they could pounce, but some of their better plays have been once they're set up and ready with these entries. They're setting up an A execute here. JW with a jump smoke. I think that might be of a big design.
He has found one. Yell's orb fills the feed as well. Brolin was doing the dance. SH says flash connected. Yell needs another. 2 frags already. Sends fnatic packing. JW the only one up short. Crims has opened up onto Denoco elsewhere in mid. Bolt's burning significantly. JW converts the damage, and Giacchino just the slither gap. All the bodies of MIBR drop.
All right, go A, kill the rotators, take the bomb back to B, and now SHZ is like, come through the gauntlet. You got to cross CT, you got to pass mid doors, and then you have to hope that you can even get to the bomb side. He's thinking better of this and evacuating back towards long. So the bomb will go down. And I feel that should be the round, right? A 1-on-3 situation. MIBR have been doing a lot of saving. I feel like we're going to see more of that here. The question is, do they want to chase and try and take this away? Because Yell did hit a couple of nice shots just there. Unfortunately, was not enough to stop fnatic. And now they're going to start having a little bit of a look. It feels like it. But SHZ has set himself up maybe a little bit further away from long pit, where it feels like JW suspects he might be lying. Yeah, they're not going to find him here. Unless...
What? What's the unless, Chad?
Okay, I thought he was going to exit tunnels. He's exiting mid doors. I thought maybe he'd exit tunnels. He'd have to get a move on. Have to be like the Flash, wouldn't he?
Have you watched One Division?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty good, actually. I've been enjoying it. It's like a very new take of part of the Marvel universe.
Okay. I'm
not saying you have to be a fan to
No, I'm just trying to think if is that the character from one of the Marvel movies that's like a computer?
Yeah, Vision.
Okay.
It's Vision and the Scarlet Witch. I can't remember what her actual name is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty well executed.
I watch them. They're entertaining at the time. I don't
like
really
mocking all the old genres and doing all the different eras of TV. Yeah. This looks like a fast B, so Cello will be tested here, and he has not had any issues. Neither has Denoco. Flashes achieved nothing. They've even got the incendiary down and the suppressing fire. That's a full cancel call for fnatic. Dribble smoke deployed by Golden. I think he still wants to go. This is horrible. You just have to swallow your pride. Nade looks good for Denoco. Will he dunk? Oh, if only just a little shy. That could have been the death sentence. Burning now, potentially.
Oh, he missed the
He's gone. It bounces. Look at that. The turn and twist of fate. Golden, in this 3v5, has managed to make it 4 with a molly. Great flash. Did Yell fire a shot? No, but he did jump. That's a sound cue. Golden has info. One CT's the call. One expected towards the A site. JW's responsibility to peek. Flashes, the smoke fades. Doesn't give any advantage to JW on the fading smoke. Great cognizant play from SHZ.
That scope would have been heard from Spawn here, so Yell's rotating back. This is Golden's chance.
Oh, the punish. Now it's SHZ who doesn't finish his meal.
Back to B.
And Bolt is pushing fast. It's going to be a question of Cello.
This is the kill.
If he tucks in, oh, Jakino saw him and hits it. This changes everything. They have the site now, and it gets really awkward for MIBR. They have lost the man advantage and then some. Will JW be ready for the flank, though? All the way from long doors, now through doors, and he gets it with a quick scope. And that's a fnatic round. Golden with 3. Gets a lot of credit, though. Just maneuvering around that map. They lost 2 players in the opening B take there.
Yeah, and Golden hung around all that time just to get that molly kill on the back of Plat, which really enabled all these rotations, right? You could see how perfect that was. This is the round. This is how it started. Cello, Danoko, yeah, simple, come B. We got you, no worries. And then, one at a time, they were whittled on down. JW, of course, playing close mid doors with an AWP like that. I just love the way that Golden capitalized off of Yell's rotation.
Yeah, that
there,
scope,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so the fact that JW scopes, they throw a couple of nades, it draws Yell, Golden punishes the gap. Mid-round specialist right here, fnatic, and well, that's an important one to win as we're tied up 12-12.
Yeah, that was an impressive round. That was proper Counter-Strike, just thinking, solving the puzzle as a unit with your teammates, piecing it together, punishing mistakes, no matter how small. And oh my God.
Pistols, Alex.
MIBR don't have everything they need.
Isn't that crazy? So they've been completely wiped on out here, and because of that, the loss bonus situation doesn't warrant them a full CT-sided buy. So there's going to be some deagles, some scouts. Always threatening, but Cello's immediately tagged on down to 13 through the door. That'll be some unconfirmed damage. And Brolin, oh, we didn't even get to see a bullet from the Krieg.
Well, it's gone, and they could probably retrieve that if they want to work on that mission. SHZ and Bolts are maneuvering towards the doors. The smoke's still up, likely a safe retrieval, and he is going to do it.
This is nice on the CT side.
with a Kevlar vest. I see room for duck-ups.
Like mid-long with that wouldn't be too bad as they come out cap, but oh, Jackie boy wants something to do over here with B.
Oh, and he hits the first scout shot. Jakino has to pull out. Brolin misses his chance.
That was the bomb spotted on the radar as well, but it's not too much movement from MIBR, which is the right call.
Oh, another tag. I've got a sinking feeling for the Fnatic investment here. We said, oh, it's only a partial buy. Thought it would be a guarantee. Far from it, it seems. And far from it extended. Danoko with the deagle. A trade back and forth, but Yell converts on doors. 2 on 3, they return to B.
It's on Golden.
Don't forget, JW tagged Cello right at the start. It looks so easy for him. Another tag. These scouts put a fork in it. There's nothing for JW to do. Contributed absolutely everything at the start. A tag onto Cello, and it just got worse from there. Maneuvering out of his own smoke, likely held by that scout. And oh, you missed the jump. It's clean as you like. Yell gets 3, but oh so much more with the tags as well. 20 frags to his name, the Brazilian. Bringing it out when it matters. And Fnatic, you're going to be feeling a bit red-faced after that one.
Especially at this juncture of the game, right? You've worked so hard. They've had so many rifle rounds, so many rounds that they've reinvested because of the saves, and you've been able to take them away time and time again. But now, when just the deagles and the scout come out, you give away an opening kill, you get flustered, you get tagged by the scout, you trip over your own feet. And MIBR, well, they need to be happy with that. Maybe use that as a bit of inspiration for what they should try on their gun rounds. Be a little bit more, well, actually, to be fair, that was a Fnatic fumble, right? They've walked into that. They haven't been able to capitalize once they've known the scouts are in play. The deagles become
They stagnated long doors, perfectly killed Brolin on the fast peak, and just converted and built off of that. Great stuff from MIBR.
So we're taking a bit of a technical timeout right now. So we'll be getting this one back underway momentarily. Oh, never mind. We're back underway already.
Alrighty then. Both across, all safe and sound. No early damage inflicted. Jakino fancies his chances, not going to be dissuaded. I think that molly might be enough to cancel. You can see that smoke designed to enable, or rather disable the deep incendiary into the long doors.
If they go for this cap play again, one of the things I noticed before was they didn't do the bridge smoke, which is that first smoke you limp out to get away from the AWPer. It was more site-orientated, the avant-garde smoke onto the boost boxes as well. So if they go for this A play again, Yell might be able to find some more impact with the AWP. You can see that they want to play to fight as they come out bridge. He's not playing mid-long car area where they would be doing a retake A. They want to try and stop them before they get site control. Fortunately, I think Fnatic have just put the brakes on for a moment. There's that smoke I was talking about. When we saw them run this execute before, that wasn't in play.
Rollins about to catch these hands. He does get down to CT off
is
the flash.
perfect.
This couldn't be better. Oh boy, it gets
So much
spicy
pressure.
now. It comes down to the individuals on B. What have you got? What have you got for us, Cello? Lots of pressure through the smoke. Does catch Aquino, and another from SHZ. Zero in the feed. SHZ's got 2. Oh, this is disastrous for Fnatic. No longer a power position for Brol, and JW left to his own devices. If only he hit it. Did have the bomb on his back. Could have created a little more pressure, but that's easy peasy. 14 for MIBR.
That is all SHZ and Cello right there. There's no other way to split that. The fact that Brolin gets CT spawn, the A defenders know that they're completely isolated and they can't rotate. That gets couriered on through. The information is known to your teammates, Cello and SHZ. It's a 5-on-2, boys. You got to lock this down. And they've done fantastic there. That is a huge round. That is a massive round right there to win.
And that was a straight-up individual test of 2 of the names in the MIBR jerseys. They pass. And they're looking to convert their map pick in this best of 3.
Yeah, we'll move on to Overpass next.
This is an elimination game, Chad. I mean, to see MIBR delivering in this capacity does certainly bode well for the series.
I do believe winner of this one as well goes on to play big towards the tail end of the day. So no easy games.
It's a much-desired seat at the main event. Yell, very unlucky between the wickets there. SHZ under some pressure, but a bit of a fumble from Golden. He does go down, and there's more flashes.
Oh,
this is beautiful. 3 kills, and that's the round. MIBR just send Fnatic back to spawn with another piece of synergy. Simple as that. A flash on the repeat. Golden caught first. JW added to SHZ's list. He's on for the ace. Can't ask for much more from your long defender.
MIBR are playing spawn-based as well. SHZ previous round was at B. This time, he's over towards long, locking down pit. They're using their spawns to their advantage right here on the Dust2 CT side. And it's paying off with some multi-kills. So all in all, Crim's left not much money to operate with. The Deagle in hand. 15th is coming knocking as SHZ. He's got the flank, he's got the information.
Give it to me, give it to me. Distract him. Hey, that'll be the ace. SHZ. Lovely delivery of a 15th. MIBR comfortable. They've got a lovely cushion, and they got 3 map points.
Oh dear, it was only the 2,400 loss bonus going into Fnatic's back pocket after losing that round, which means Mac 10s, Tech 9s, Deagles, bit skimp on utility as well. So this is not the place you want to be in. When your economy gets broken late, it sucks a bit more if you're on the CT side, but this is a tough place to operate from. Traditionally, this is where Fnatic Magic would come through, but SHZ just absolutely mowing him down here. Some great flash work from Yell there to all 3 completely blind. Takes out the big green threat of JW, and away you go as we get some over-the-shoulder looks there of the highlights. And you can just see the early domination here on your screens, ladies and gentlemen, from Fnatic out the gates. 6 on the trot. MIBR finally scraped 1 through. 2 more for punishment, and then now it's just a one-way traffic for MIBR as they look to close this out 16-12. Aggressive. Shop up onto Xbox here. This is a interesting play.
I've been caught out by this one a few times. If you go for that fast, short play and you just run through the Xbox, run past the Xbox smoke and
pops out. LOL.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like one-waying it a little bit as well. That's Golden. And Brolin. Danoko's chasing his 30. Don't think he's going to have enough rounds to do it. Fnatic, just 2 remaining. Armored sidearms, some utility. MIBR's Dust2. 2 frags away from being converted here in the elimination stage, the lower bracket of this play-in. Fnatic will have to do it on Overpass, was their pick, was it?
Yeah, indeed. Had Inferno taken away from them, and well, Crims, he's gone. SHZ able to finish him off, and what a showing there from MIBR, bouncing